So, in the beginning, attacks came from the sky. It hurt and killed people. When the rain came and the sky growled like a wild thing, there were attacks. Sometimes the lightning was good. A flock of birds might be killed, feeding the clan to brimming for days afterwards. Sometimes it was scary, making everyone huddle together under the branches of a tree. Sometimes it was dangerous, a birthed monster that ate all in its path. That monster was fire. Everyone feared the monster's sharp tongues. Fire's breath was so bad that it took away a person's own breath. Sometimes lightning crippled a clan, making some of the clan unable to care for themselves. The angels saw that the clan huddled under trees when it rained. It was a good idea when it was only rain, but when the thunder came, so did the lightning. So there was a way to know sometimes when it would be dangerous to be under something tall. The next time it thundered, the angels dragged the youngsters out into the rain. They were forced to lie flat on the ground, face down. When they tried to get up, the angels pushed them down again. Then the angels made more trips until all the clan was out from under the tree that they huddled under. The clan was very angry, but the angels forced them to stay where they were. The angels stood over them and watched for a sign from the one that the next lightning was imminent. When they felt a sign, the angels started a song about lovers who were chasing each other. They were lovers from the sky. When they were caught in their passions, they crashed through the air as though through dense, dry brush, making a loud racket. This was the thunder. The next verse was a warning to avoid high places and under trees. This was because that was where the lovers were headed for their mating. Like all creatures in the throes of passion, they ignored all creatures. By accident, they might trample the people, like the bull elephant in Must, if the clan did not get out of the way. The last verse told of the quiet rain as the lovers' passions cooled and they were sated once more. At the end of this verse, a lightning strike hit the very tree that the clan had been under. The clan's people were amazed. When the rain stopped, the thunder went away. The clan went to examine the shattered and charred tree. The clan wanted to hear the song over and over. It appealed to the adults because no adult had tried to control their desire for each other. The clan had also seen a young bull elephant go off cliffs trying to intercept a female who was escaping that they passionately had wanted. The kids saw it as a scary story, but as such, very dramatic and memorable. No matter how dramatic the lesson, it grew stale for some members of the clan. 19 times out of 20 produced no tree strikes around the clan. Some of the young males started sneaking back under the trees. The angels were sad because they knew that an example would be made when the next storm came. The angels warned everyone again with their song. This time they just stood to the side, apart from the clan. They made no move to hinder anyone who wanted to get out of the rain. They did not interfere. The angels just hoped that the most rebellious did not take the most promising kids with them. The storm started in the distance. It had been a very hot day. The thunderclouds were extra menacing. The thunder started in the distance like the falling rocks. It grew to loud rumbles, with accompanying sharp cracks like the sound of a tree that had just shattered. When the first big drops of rain came, a few irritated big males shrugged up. They walked over to the tree nearby. They looked at the others with sneers and looks of disdain. When they got under the tree, the rain started to pour down in sheets. The rebels sat there, nice and dry, smiling arrogantly at the clan and the angels. The angels smiled sadly back. They started a new verse, and this verse would end the thunderstorm. It prophesied the fiery death of those who ignored the truth of the thunder song. They sang of searing flesh and twitching bodies. They sang of survivors who could barely walk. They sang of these people not being able to use or control parts of their body. They sang of the fern leaf that the one would leave on their bodies so that all would know of their arrogance. There were 5 young bucks that went under the false shelter of the tree. Moments after the song ended, a lightning bolt shattered the tree. As the clan watched the 5 males as they were thrown flat to the ground, 2 lay totally still and 3 twitched uncontrollably. The 2 dead ones had been leaning up against the trunk of the tree. The other 3, who had come to stand just inside the sheltering branches, were the ones who were twitching. They could not control the movements or body functions. The angels waited until all but one of the twitching males had died. The last one had a really pretty fern leaf pattern etched into his skin. He was not moving. They went up to him and gave him a mighty blow to the chest. With their power to heal, the angels told him to heal enough to live, but leave the fern mark of the one's lightning. The blow to the chest restarted his heart. The angels had him conscious again by the time the clan came near them in fear. The fear was reasonable because they had just lost some of the strongest of their clan. When the survivor could sit up, to his horror, one arm flopped to his side, useless. He was the one who had torn big rocks up to get at the grubs. Now he could not stand without aid. His burned fingers healed after a fashion, but they were scarred. He never used them again. He twitched at times, even months after the lightning strike injured him. The angels were sad, but they saw that it was better to have a living example than the death of a whole clan. Everyone learned the song. When the male died 5 years later, he was carried a short distance to a nearby lightning-struck tree. The clan thought that he might like to be with another lightning victim. The angels cared for him until he died, helping him when he slipped or fell. The other clan members were afraid of him. They thought that there might be guilt by association. Another verse was added later. This time the clan was not near a tree, but they were caught on a high ridge picking new berries. There was no time to descend from the ridge. The angels had everyone lay down flat in a low spot. It was very scary. There seemed to be strikes everywhere. No one was hurt, so the angels still had a clan to sing for. The verse that was added was to leave any high place alone for the lovers to dance on. The clan was to leave when the first thunder was heard. If a clan could not leave, they should lay flat and as low as they could get. By the time the twin angels died, fighting a big cat that had attacked the clan, there were a few young ones who had taken up the singing and teaching. Life went on.